this darling tartan plaid sweater just isn't enough, you must top it off with a matching tam, a tartan plaid hat. Let's make it. Everything you need to make this darling hat will be in the links in the description below, both to the pattern and to the yarns that I used. I made this hat several times because my granddaughter loved it so much. She not only wanted the matching hat and sweater, but she wanted a matching hat for her Easter dress. So I hope you enjoy this pattern. If you make it, please leave it in the comments for us and let us know. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe. We appreciate it very much. If you use our links in the description, we also get a little bit of commission for that, and you don't pay any more. Thanks so much. To begin this pattern, the directions say to make a series of chain stitches and then slip stitch those together, and in the center of that chain circle ring you'll put 12, I think it says 12 single crochets. Well, I didn't do that. I started with a magic ring, and in that magic ring I put my 12 single crochets. So let's go back a minute and just let you know what you need to make this. I have a size D like dog crochet hook, or a 3.0 millimeters. You will need 2 skeins of what I used was Patton's Grace 100% mercerized cotton, and I used Cardinal, which is the red, and you need 2 skeins of that, and I used 1 skein of the white, which is called Snow, and 1 skein of the black, which is called Night. I have a stitch marker out here, but you don't need to use it because at the end of each round you will join that round together with a slip stitch, so there's really no reason to mark your stitches. The stitches you'll need to know to make this pattern are single crochet, double crochet, chain, and a reverse single crochet. Those stitches can all be looked up, and you can find great tutorials for those online. So the first several rows of this tam begin with just the double crochets, and there are no, you don't begin the chain, you don't begin to leave spaces for your tartan plaid yet. So it's about the first 3 or 4 rows you're going to see are just all solid double crochets. Here you can see that I have begun making the chain 1 spaces that will allow me to weave the black and the white tartan plaid into this red hat. I like this pattern because it has wonderful verbal descriptions or written descriptions of the stitches and how to do them and what you need to do, but it also has a graph to consult. And occasionally I'm not certain that I'm doing the stitches quite right. I'm not working them in the pattern correctly, and it's very, very nice to have that graph to consult, and it does in almost all circumstances eliminate any confusion that I have had in the stitch content. If you've watched much of my crochet content, you will know that I use sticky notes to keep track of where I'm at on my pattern book. And so I just wanted to make sure I passed that little trick along to you, because I certainly cannot sit and make up the hat all in one session. So you do have to put it down and go take care of things, and being able to pick it up and know where you are is incredibly helpful. Here you can see that the red hat is finished. You can see all the spaces that have been left to weave in the tartan plaid. The edge of the edging of the brim or the rim of the hat has been finished with reverse single crochets. They make a really nice edging. All I need to do before I start weaving in the threads is just to weave in, before I start weaving in the plaid, is to weave in the red threads that need to be woven in on the hat. Now it's time for the fun part, where you get to weave in the plaid. With each row that you're going to weave in, you need to measure a length that is 4 times the length that you will need to go around once. So it's 4 times plus about a half. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm measuring there the white, and you're going to double it over 4 times plus a half. Then you're going to thread your needle with the yarn doubled. So you're going to actually use a double strand of yarn to sew in or weave into the spaces in the plaid. And you're going to weave just like you would when you were back in grade school and you go in and out and in and out. I began at the top center. I came up through the solid piece of the top center right at the edge of that stitch, and then went in and out until I got down to the bottom, where I got to the rim of the hat or the brim of the hat, and I went into the stitch right there, that first single crochet in that rim stitch, and that was where I turned. Then I came back up and went through the other way. And once you get back up to the top, then I was able to take the yarn tail that I had left up at the top and tie that in a good double knot, nice and tight. And I found that if I tied the knot as a square knot, then it didn't tend to pull the yarn that was woven through the hat. It didn't try to tighten it up or anything. So you're just going to weave in and out. I used white in the center of my 3 rows of tartan, black on either side, and you go around the up and down rows first, and then complete the one set of rows that go all the way around the circumference of the hat. And when you're finished, all you have is to do is to make a pom-pom or a tassel, your choice. You can see the hat is finished. I have chosen to make a pom-pom. I'm just kind of partial to pom-poms as opposed to tassels. If I have a choice, I just think the pom-pom looks so fluffy and cute on the top. You can see the black and the white plaid that has been woven in. You can see the reverse edging, that reverse single crochet edging makes kind of like a rope type edge, which really is nice and very durable for the hat. It can stand a lot of washing and wearing. You can see it's kind of a beret style, or in the Irish tradition we would call it a tam. All of the knots you can see on the inside are up at the top part of the hat, where it would be less intrusive to the wearer as opposed to around the edge or around the rim where it might be close to your face. This is so cute when it's worn, and it's just a lot of fun. It just makes you want to click your heels and do a little Irish jig. I hope you have a blessed day, and as always, we want to give all the glory for the work that we do to God. If you haven't made this great tartan sweater, the link for the sweater video will be in the end card, so you can click on that and watch how to make the sweater. Give them both a try. I think you'll have a lot of fun.